up, Business Freedom Podcast listeners? Another episode here. This one I'm entitling What I Learned from an Aussie Dude Named Taki Moore. So I just got back from an event. This guy, Taki Moore, coaches coaches. Been working with Taki probably, I started real estate B school in 2013. And I think I hooked up with Taki in 2015. And the cool thing about what Taki does and how what I'm going to go through is applicable to real estate agents, top producing agents, team leaders, folks that want to scale their businesses beyond themselves. He taught me how to deliver an amazing value in a one-to-many environment. So Real Estate B School, we offer training, implementation, support, and coaching to top producing real estate agents, team leaders, big and small, folks that want to build a business that's actually a business and it has some sustainability without them tinkering in every piece of everything. And so he sort of taught me how to do that in Real Estate B School. And many of the things apply to folks that want to do the same, have a business that doesn't rely as heavily on them as we see in most real estate teams across the country. And so there are three things I want to go through. I actually learned these three things from members, the highest level members in his community. And so the first one is, it's this shift from a sales and marketing focused business to one that needs to deliver a differentiated product or service. And so it's true with anyone that's let's just take my journey in real estate. In the beginning, it was like I figured out a way to market, generate some leads, meet with some folks, show them homes, get them under contract. I sold 71 properties by the end of my first full year, 2008. So that was about 21 months. I sold 71 homes for $500,000 of GCI. It was all sales and marketing. There was no back end. I didn't even have an assistant at that point. I just got one part-time in 2008. And so I really hadn't contemplated how can the delivery of the promise I make in sales and the lead that I generate in marketing, how can the experience be amazing and world-class? And so to scale beyond yourself in your real estate business, you have to make this shift from all sales and marketing, generating the next lead and just servicing that lead, to the back end, the infrastructure. How does that client experience you as a business in a very sort of emotional and caring, world-class service, whatever analogy or whatever term you want to use? How do you make that shift from just all sales and marketing, burn and churn, to love and care for and deliver an awesome experience? So I just thought that was interesting that most folks, top producing agents, team leaders, small team leaders, never make that shift to build out a business solution that provides buyer and seller services versus them providing all the services, if that makes sense. So that was number one. And that was from one of the guys in the group. Number two was really awesome. It was about value, articulation, value contribution, and value belief. And so he was talking about it. This guy, Rob Nixon, services accountants. So he teaches accountants how to scale their business in a very particular way. And his product, his offering to accountants, he launched this business at a $40,000 annual program. He increased it to $60,000 annual, and now he's at $75,000 annual with a 5X guarantee return. So if you invest in the program, if you invested at $60,000, there's a minimum of a $300,000 guaranteed increase. So his whole thing was, and it really does apply to real estate teams as well, and real estate agents, we have to get over the hump in terms of knowing our worth and how to articulate it. And so there's three parts: value articulation. So you have to be able to sit down with a buyer and seller in our shifting environment and be able to articulate the value we provide in the context of a buy transaction or a sell transaction very, very clearly. Then you have to actually be able to contribute. that value. So it's not enough just to make the promise in a sales marketing environment. Your operations has to be able to literally provide the value and have the person that's receiving the value feel like they received it and feel good about that value exchange. That's value contribution. Then number 3 is value belief. You have to believe, especially in our industry, that you're worth what you're paid. Agents and team leaders that don't have that belief going into the shift storm. I've talked a lot about the shift storm, the 4 sort of things that are shifting on our industry. If you don't have that belief, you will only be able to sort of discount in the environment that we're in, and we're going to move more into. And so value articulation, value contribution, and value belief. And then the third thing I learned, which applies to all of us, it was from Alex Charfen. If you remember Alex Charfen, he was the CDPE guy. He coaches entrepreneurs in terms of building teams. He made a comment. We had a special session with him. He said, "What got you here will kill you moving forward." Bold statement. And I agree 100% with it. And so what got you here will kill you moving forward. And he talks about all the things that you keep on your plate, your inability to know what things are important for you to do and what things are not important for you to do, and go through that process. We call it Delegate and Elevate in Real Estate B School. We have a process that we follow every 90 days. We look at the things we've done and we shed things off of our plate that aren't the highest and best use of our time. And when I say that, it's the person that you want to become. So if you want to elevate from, let's say, working with buyers to just listings, you've got to sort of be able to delegate, build systems and delegate the buy side activities that you're focusing on. And it's this constant delegate and elevate. So I just thought it was interesting. He put it, what got you here will kill you moving forward. And he went through all the physical things that happen when we're in, when we're working too many hours, working evenings and weekends. We're constantly tied up in deal drama because we're all over the place and we're not elevating in our business and we're not shedding the things that will kill us moving forward. So I just thought that was interesting. I mean, it was a great takeaway on the one hand for Real Estate B School, for my position in Real Estate B School. Then on the other hand, all of these things apply to us as real estate team leaders. So hopefully there's some value there. And we've been talking about it in different episodes, like, you've got to focus on world-class service. Your back-end operations are critically important. You've got to be able to articulate your value as consumer perception shifts, as technology shifts, as iBuyers shift, as there's an economic shift. You've got to be able to articulate and believe in your value. And then what got you here will kill you moving forward. So if you're at the point in your business journey where some of these things are like, I know that sounds good and I need to take that next step into the things that you're talking about, or you're running a team, a medium or large or even a small team, and you just don't have the systems in place to be able to provide value internally as well as externally through a systems solution versus you just doing it all, you've got to reach out. We've got to have a conversation. That's all it is a conversation about where you are in your business, where you want to go, what's holding you back, the good, bad, ugly of where you are. The more authentic that conversation we can have, the better we can serve you. And if you qualify for our pilot program, it's 30 free days of coaching. 10 training sessions will help you build a 3-year vision, a 1-year plan, break that thing down into a 90-day world so you can have clarity on where you're going and how to get there. So go to realestatebschool.com. The bright orange banner on the top is your next step, and we'll see you